green cap, green oil, red cap, red oil. I was literally just about to do the intro. Harry's turned up. Right, so we are here, and today we are fitting a steering rack on Jenny Wren's T4. It's been a long time since I've done an intro, so bear with me. It's been a long time since I've uploaded, and that's because I've been so busy with work, doing all these restorations, welding and fabricating, and what have you. And I just thought we'd do, because it's been a long time since I've actually done any kind of work on the vehicles, I thought I'd show you what we're doing and how to do the steering rack, because this channel's mainly all about how-tos and helping people out. So we'll get the steering rack done on this. It should be quite straightforward, and everyone's steering racks seem to be going at the moment. It seems to be quite a common problem now because the vehicles are getting a little bit older. We'll go through it a bit later on. You know, we'll leave timestamps down below so you can just skip forward and skip all this intro, but we will go through what oil to use as well with the steering fluid, because it's been quite a while since this fluid's been changed, I think. So obviously the bushes have gone, so it's starting to leak. And there is another issue with what fluid people use. So putting the wrong fluid in can actually cause issues and cause the seals to blow out and leak, just helping them perish a little bit quicker. That's all it's doing. So I believe this has got the correct fluid in it. But Matt has got some Febi fluid for it, and we're going to get it all fitted. New steering rack. I've got a few tools here. So when our mechanic done this at work, he had it on the ramps, and literally he put the vehicle on the ramp, and I had a little chat with him about how to do the steering rack, you know, what he was going to do, how he was going to get it out. And then I went round the back of the workshop to do a little bit of welding, come back out maybe half hour later or so, and everything's out, and he's just getting the new one back in. And I was just like, oh, that's quick. So sometimes it can go quite well and you can get it out quite quickly with no issues. Other times it might take a little bit longer. But he had the ramp, so obviously it's a lot easier on the ramp. But I do have my big axle stands here, so we're going to get the vehicle nice and high, so hopefully it's got the clearance to get the steering rack out. So we'll get it jacked up and we'll go from there. Right, so the steering rack is leaking, and it's all wet down here, and the underside on that engine undercarriage, you can see it had been leaking quite a lot. Right, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm chuckling because it's quite funny, we need to take off these bellows, and luckily for us this is only cable tied. It's at the back there, quite hard to get into, but I find the easiest way is to actually shuffle up further and then go in over the top this way. So I might, here we go. So I'm going to go in through this way and then go around there, but I'm not going to film it because I can't get in with both, I don't think. I'll try, but I don't think I can. So then I've come right through here, and now I can see it right there, the cable tie. But I can't get both in at the same time. So let's get that cut. Same both sides, the other one's just here. Then we'll get the fluid drained out and start taking it out.
You're not getting the ends off yet?
Yep. There we go, so we just need to disconnect this, so we need to hold the shaft. I'll turn that. Undo it, take it out.
Make it sound
Same
really
both
easy.
sides. Yeah, no.
And it's not going to be.
No, I never say it's easy. I always say it's straightforward. You know, that's one thing I've learnt about a lot of this. It's straightforward, never easy.
And then you find that the spanners are different size, isn't it?
Oh, I've got a load of spanners. What sizes are they?
I don't know. I thought the other one I had was 32. This one seems to be bigger, 34.
Okay, I've got some spanners and an adjustable if we need it. Right,
Oh,
just a
that
sec.
might do it. Pair of Stimson.
So I've actually managed to use my adjustable spanner. Not sure what size this is. Maybe it's a 33, 34. I don't know, but I got that on there. Wiggle that loose. We can take that off now. And we will do the same on the other side. And then we've got to drain all the fluid out of this as well. There we go. Lovely. Same the other side. Turn the steering all the way to the left and it will stick that out. Because at the moment the steering is turned all the way to the right and I'm never going to be able to get any kind of spanner onto that at all on the inner. So we turn it all the way to the left, the inner will then come out to here, and then using the old adjustable, the shifter, whatever you want to call it, I'll then get this side out. You can see there's a lot of fluid in there, you know. I have checked, the inner's fine, there's no play in that at all. Looks like it hasn't long been leaking, but the gator is also torn as well, which is a bit annoying because I don't think she's got new gators. And you can see where the fluid's been leaking, it has actually caused the perishing to sort of like speed up. Because all the other rubbers, which are all done roughly at the same kind of time, they all look good.
What?
It's just this one.
This is going to leak. You turn the wheel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is
No,
it
I
a
was just
bitch?
saying that the reason why it's all leaked out anyway is because the gator's torn.
Oh, is it?
So it's obviously
brilliant.
it's perished as well. You can see it's obviously sped up the perishing
Okay.
process. But the tie rod's good. The inner, there's
Yeah,
no
I've
play
got
in
a
that
whole
at all.
nother- I've got a whole nother it comes with the rack. So we'll have to change that because the bellows are fairly MOT, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Everything's starting to perish and
But it
fall.
but it is proper OEM one.
Yeah, it's plastic.
Not aftermarket, because the aftermarket ones don't have this bit.
No, it's
Because
got-
someone cut that off of mine, didn't they? Which is really annoying.
Oh yeah.
Which is why I ended up having to get an aftermarket one.
Okay.
Anyway, I digress.
We're winning.
Yeah. Yeah, so now I've just got to undo this.
It's just stuff's getting hold on this in Paris now. She's using it a lot.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, did it, Trick?
Do you want to turn the steering rack straight a little bit?
Yeah.
And then that'll just pop out. Lovely.
Lovely.
Lovely jubbly.
So what was it? 34 mil.
There you go.
It was supposed to be a 34 mil.
Oh, it should have been a 34 mil. Oh well. I don't have a 34 spanner.
Stilsons?
I use the adjustable.
Oh, okay.
Lovely.
Right. So now, what's next?
I don't know if I can do both at the same time. I need another hand. Oh, this is going everywhere. Lovely. Oh, best place for it. Very good, very nice. Right, so that is why I wanted to mention about the oil as well. So as you can see, green cap, green fluid, red cap, red fluid. And that's one of the issues with this, and that's probably why we've got this issue now, because of contaminations, mixing the fluids, whatever it may be, this has caused this issue. So that is why it's very important to make sure you always put the correct oil and correct fluid in for your power steering. So remember, green cap, green oil, red cap, red oil. And that's what we've got, the Febi 06161. Exactly the same as what I use in mine, what Matt uses in his. Oh, his wife's taken his one out. And it's exactly the same as what we're putting into this one. Also, just while we're here quickly, if you want to see cambelt and all that kind of stuff, which I have previously done on this, I will leave a link for that video down below as well. So, you know, all sorts of work. Just plugging myself there, why not? Right, next job is we need to disconnect the steering rack, all the pipes, disconnect that. I'll show you which ones to disconnect in a minute when we get round there. But we're going to disconnect them, and then we're going to crack the 4 bolts in the corners, and then we're going to try and get it out. But this is how high we've got it. I'll show you quickly. Turn the camera around. You can see we have got it up fairly high. Hopefully it's going to be high enough to get the steering rack out. But it is quite high up there, and that should be enough of an angle to, once we've undone it, to slide it up and then come back down. But we'll get into that in a minute. We'll get these pipes off first, sorry. Right, so we're just making sure we're getting all of the old fluid out. So Matt's turning it left and right because it had actually stopped draining. So he's now turning the steering left and right, and you can see that flow has picked right up. So we're going to do that until it's...
a couple of times.
Yeah, we'll do that a couple of times once it's stopped, because you can see the colour of that. It's not very nice. And once all that's out, happy days. We know there's no more of that horrible old fluid in there. Hanging. Right, crack on. Keep turning the wheel, Matt. Keep turning. Jenny Wren's cleaning her wheels while she's got the opportunity. Inside, outside. Harry's cleaning his golf. It's a lovely day here. Although the clouds may say otherwise, but it is lovely. So before we connect that back up, I've just gone ahead and you can see it's all nice and clean. Both sides and the surfaces, everything's been cleaned up, ready for it to go back on. So once that's finally stopped dripping, we can put the old banjo bolt in with the washers, all lovely and clean, fresh, jolly good. Right, I'm sorry if there's a lot of cutting backwards and forwards, but it's quite hard getting in and out of the van underneath. So right here on the steering rack, that goes on up for the steering column. There's a little rubber gator here with some little tabs on it. And if we lift that up underneath here, oh, I can't do it now. Right underneath, you can see there's a column, and we've rotated the steering rack so we can get to it. There's like there's a spline shaft going up through from the actual rack up into the column. So it's like, looks like a 13mm nut and bolt here that goes through. So we're going to slacken that off, so that will release the spline from the rack and the column, and then we can get whatever needs to be disconnected on the pipes. I can't see at the moment. A little weird angle here. Lovely bolts.
Unfortunately, the back ones are the ones that already cleared the ones. You got wet dog. You got wet dog, didn't you?
So we've just split the rack and the column, took the bolt out completely because I'm not sure if it's sort of like if there's a recess in the splined shaft that the bolt goes through. I'm not sure or not, so we just took the whole bolt out. Little bar in there, little pry bar, just broke that free, and now we're around the back side here. You can see where the spanner is. just removing these two big pipes on the back there. Them two next to each other, we'll get them out, drain the rest of the fluid, and then the rack will be coming out in a minute. Oh, it's awkward under here on the floor. Right, so we've just disconnected the first power steering. Oh, I can't move as well, it's really... So I've just disconnected this power steering union, and that's a 17 on here. It's very messy, as you can see, loads of fluid coming out. And on the other end up here, there's a little 8mm bolt, and that secures these lines to the actual steering rack. So we need to disconnect them as well. So I've gone ahead, done that. 8mm bolt is out, that one's out. Take the first one out, and now we can access to the next one, which is just there next to it. Right, that was very annoying. As you can see, we got them two out now. They're 17 mils. And the annoying thing is you can only get a little turn at a time with the spanner, unless you've got some decent sockets. Yeah, not fun. But we got them out, and now we just got to locate the 4 bolts that hold the steering rack in place. So there's 2 here, and then 2 over here. One here, and then one at the front. As you can see, the lines are now off from the steering rack. Yep, so we get them off, and then the steering rack should be able to shuffle it backwards and forwards, drop it down, and come out at an angle. That's the plan anyway. What I think I'll do is I'll get these bolts off camera again, because everything I'm doing off camera, because it's impossible to get in here and film at the same time as actually doing the job. So I'll go ahead and get the 4 bolts out. It's quite self-explanatory where they are. You can see them. See, there's one there, one literally on the other side of the rack, and then again one just there, and one on the other side of the rack.
They're on there quite tight to it.
They're on there quite tight. I'd imagine they would be.
Yeah, that's annoying, isn't it?
So they're 16s, and there's one bolt just there, and there's one bolt there. We can access it through from this side. It's a lot easier. But they're just going to be really tight, as Matt's finding out on the other side.
Wow, how tight it is, yeah, and I just... Oh my.
Not fun. They are tight.
Well, you can get to it, but you can't get enough leverage to actually undo it.
I've got a little bar. I'll go get a bar if you want.
Because the ratchet hits the fins.
Right, so we've got all 4 bolts out. See, movement in the rack now. So now we're going to wiggle it out of position. And as we move, we can see.
And get the steering rack.
We can get the steering racket. Yeah. We've got playing a bit of movement. Right, let me put you out the way somewhere, and we'll get this out. And just like that, it's out 1 minute. It's just the an hour and a half of stripping everything to get to that stage. So now all we've got to do is, I presume, the other steering rack's already got this bracket on here. This bracket is for the steering pipes, the fluid that then go into here. Yeah, like I thought, just here. You can see that, that's where the bolt goes through that I had to take out. So it did actually go through the shaft.
Right,
Try and keep it simple.
just reversal.
Yeah, how do I get it out? No, come back to me.
I thought you said it came out really easy.
It did. There we go.
There's that line. Is that line in the way?
It's a bit harder when you can't actually see what you're doing. But, winging it. It's back there somewhere.
So first thing is get the steering column bolted on the right orientation.
So that's roughly where it's going to go. Okay. Yeah, good luck with getting it in.
That's what I said, that's going to be the hardest part, isn't it?
Yeah, this is, I guess, the hardest bit.
Look at my little bits now. Little welds everywhere because of you. And your little feet.
Right, so the steering rack is in.
I'm making a hell of a mess.
Matt's topping up the fluid. We're going to bleed the system through. Harry's just delivered us a McDonald's. Happy days. Glug, 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 glug.
Yeah, I've made a hell of a mess. Poured it everywhere.
Lovely.
Can't see what I'm doing.
Green. Lovely. We've actually taken off the arms. If you weren't replacing the ball joints or the inners, then
They came with a new rack.
yeah, well, the inners come with a new rack, so Matt's gone ahead, swapped them over. Happy days. But yeah, you could just, if you weren't changed any of it, it would have been a case of just bolt it back on, and then just putting the gator back on.
Right then.
And we can bleed it. Ooh. This would bubble. Fluid. The fluid's gone down straight away. Let's put some more fluid in there.
Pop it back up. Look, 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 look.
Glug, 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 glug. It's all
Oh,
gone.
it's all gone to Narnia. All right, okay.
Yeah.
Tell me when.
Nothing even in there at the moment, is there?
Yeah.
What was there?
There's this side.
Can't see it this side.
Can't
Oh,
see.
right, yeah. As soon as you've done that, you can see it's up to halfway between minimum and maximum.
Quite good. It will take a while to bleed out. That should be bled. Can you see anything at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard to see with the sun shining on it.
That's onto the minimum right there.
Okay. Well, it ain't leaking, so that's a good start.
No leaks. Happy
No
days.
leaks. I suppose we put it up to maximum, so you have to run it, and then
Yeah, this is deja vu.
no, put it halfway there, but you have to run it once on level, and then we might check it again. That'll do for now, won't it? It'll take a while to bleed out with the little bubbles.
That's weird. Deja vu, mate. Proper deja vu. Weird. Right, we'll come back to this in a minute. We're going to stop for our McDonald's. Food. Oh, I'm knackered.
No. Yeah, tie rod's on next, isn't it?
Tie rods.
That side. Clip it on, bolt it down, to that side, clip it on, bolt it down, put it together. Belly pan, wheels on the floor. No more leaks. Even though the steering worked perfectly fine before,
Just leaked.
just leaking, making a mess of the road.
Get a munch on. Chicken Big Mac, mate. I got chicken Big Mac.
I got original. I got OG, mate.
Do you know what you got to do when you get chips?
Put your curry sauce in it.
That is banging.
You are wrong.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid.
So there we have it, it's all finished, all back together. That is the steering rack on the T4, all done. I think in general it took us about 4 hours in total, 2 hours taking it out, a minute to swap it over, then 2 hours putting it back in. We bled the fluid through on the steering rack, and we done that by obviously keeping it topped up, and then Matt was inside and he was just turning the steering wheel left to right, making sure that there was no air bubbles in there. Go on, Jenny, off you go make some noise. Bless her. But yeah, no, it's all done. It didn't take too long either. And what takes the longest is actually stopping to film and going, well, do I film this bit, do I film that, what angles do I film? But yeah, no, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for staying around and watching the video. Hopefully you find this helpful. If it does, smash that thumbs up button. Let us know down below if you've had to tackle this job yourself. If this job's helped you at all, let me know. I do get quite a lot of comments, and I do get asked a lot of questions on jobs. So no doubt, me doing this job, there's going to be a lot more questions being sent. So if there's anything that I've missed out, let me know down below. I will leave a comment, or actually some of you subscribers are amazing and you actually do the comments for me, replying to other people's questions. So you guys actually do that for me. You guys are spot on, really appreciate that. Great community we got here. So we're gonna, well, I say we're gonna pack up. We're pretty much packed up anyway. Just gonna sort our stuff out. Matt's also done the rear brakes, but I will leave a list of all the jobs. I was going to say all the jobs that we've done on this, but I've only done the cambelt and diesel pump timing. Yeah, I don't know. But there will be a long list for T4 jobs down below. So check it out. Stick around, and I'll see you next time when T4, I've got loads to get on with the T4, my one. I've got gearbox to do on that, which I keep putting off and I keep putting off. I've also got the diesel pump idler to do on that, which I keep putting off as well. I've got all the tools, I've got everything to do it, but jobs I just keep putting off. But right, anyway, less of the waffle, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.